welcome to TNIE. This is Shreya Veronica, and today we are here with Naveen Richard. Hi, Naveen.
Hello, Shreya.
How are you?
Very well. Not that good, actually.
Okay.
That's just a habit.
Okay.
I have a small cold. Otherwise, I'm okay.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Anyways, about the show, today's show. I mean, what is it about? What are you going to perform for the audience?
Perform for the audience?
Yeah.
Well, it's a show I wrote around a year and half ago.
Okay.
Wrote it on immense time constraints, and it's in record speed. I had to write it, but I think it's one of the nicer shows I've written. Somehow I think that pressure makes you not overthink and something good comes. So the show is an assortment of very meaningless jokes and some meaningful bits, and then rather meaninglessly meaningful jokes as well. There are some meaningfully meaningless jokes and meaninglessly meaningful jokes.
Okay.
So
there you did the
wordplay again.
Yes.
But there's jokes about, I wrote this before I was married, so I wrote jokes about the process of finding someone.
Yeah.
There's jokes about just the random nonsensical adventures I get into in my life, and people like laughing at that. But I'm not good at making up stories, so the stories, God lets it happen, and then I just say what happened. Yeah.
So that's it about it?
See, I'm like, you're like, what is it about? There's no theme.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a theme.
Yeah.
Starts off with no theme.
No theme, okay.
But if you see the name of the show, it's called Read Between the Lines.
Okay, read between
Read between the lines. So that means don't read the lines, you got to read between the lines.
Okay.
So what is the top? Nothing meaningful. That's the line. And also you'll find some fun jokes. That's also line. But in between the show, you'll find something.
Okay.
That's gonna be some things I've been thinking about fame and success, and how we're all choosing the wrong genre of success in life, and also about just how our motivations are all messed up nowadays, and so how after I don't go into the details of it.
Okay.
But then it's all based on my life of having gone to Bombay and made all those shows, and then realizing, oh man, I was given a big platform. How did I use it? Did I help humanity or send them further down the pathway of destruction?
Okay.
Yeah.
So comedy is always challenging.
Is it always challenging?
Yes.
Yeah. As any job is. I don't know if it's more challenging than others, but yeah.
But to make someone laugh is a task. How do you deal with it actually? Writing your scripts, everything.
We make it look like it's not a big deal, but it is a somewhat painful ordeal at times.
Yes.
When you haven't written in a long time, see, now it's so easy, right? I'm like, I have this show, I just have to go over like 10 points. But if you'd caught me 1.5 years ago when I started writing, you would have seen me complaining and like crying, and not literally, but I'm just like, I don't have the skills anymore. I don't have any jokes. There's nothing that's funny anymore. Life is hard. People are dying. There's nothing fun. So you go through that whole process. Then you realize you have no choice. You've already booked a show. So you're desperate. I started praying, and I'm like, God, there's a deadline in Dubai, please. And then things just started falling in place. On the day of the trial show, 5 minutes of jokes.
Okay.
In an airport, some crazy thing happens, that's 10 minutes of jokes. So it just happened. So that's no constructive feedback for you from your question, but it's like that. That's how it felt like in my heart.
Okay.
But if I had to give it constructively, it's like you go through life, you find something funny, you make a note of it in your phone.
Yeah.
Or if you're driving, then you put a voice recording. Hey, remind me to write this joke about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then you collect that through the course of the year.
Yeah.
As you're doing your last special, you're compiling the next special's jokes.
Yes.
Right? And then when you sit down to write those jokes, then you start complaining, saying, I forgot how to write jokes.
Okay.
Then you come out of that complaining phase, and then you write the jokes.
Yeah. Okay. The complaining and then writing. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It will be so hard for you to edit this because my answers are so long.
No, that's okay. We have our own team to do that.
Cool.
So I would want to know, I mean, you've been to Hyderabad now and then, and how do you like our city especially?
Well, it's really
and
changed.
What do you like about it?
Yeah, well, earlier when I came to Hyderabad 5, 7, 8 years ago, I'm like, I don't know anyone. If this, for some reason, I don't know many friends in Hyderabad, except when my friends moved and worked in Google, and I knew some guys there.
Oh, okay.
that's about it. And what I liked about Hyderabad was in Google they gave a nice lunch.
Okay.
Because that's all I knew. Okay, but then as I'm coming here more often, I'm meeting people, and I'm also noticing this that the Hyderabad audiences are very warm audiences often. Um, Sometimes it depends on the venue, but if the venue is right, then they're eager to laugh and they're so generous. They're not uptight.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Okay. Your fellow comedians,
Yeah.
Sumuki, Suresh.
Yeah.
How is it working with them? Can you please,
How is it working with Sumuki,
Yeah,
right? Well, each
Sumuki.
person working with each person is. I mean, I've worked with Sumuki the most.
Yeah.
Sumuki is like a machine gun of ideas.
Okay.
I'm more of a pistol.
Okay.
So working with her is fun because there's never a dearth of ideas, and it's good to bounce.
Yes.
And it's also she's very fun to improvise with. So we have to the coming up with the idea is hard. Like, okay, what should the sketch be about?
Yeah.
Takes a while. And then we're like, this, and then we both will be like, till then we're like, she'll tell an idea, be like, I tell her, be like, yeah. And then there'll be one idea where we're both like, oh, and then when that
Okay.
sound comes, we're like, now let's just improvise the scene. So we'll just
Okay.
put a camera there, or we'll put the voice recorder on, and we'll just see we'll just improvise for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
We'll write it down, and then we'll condense that into a 5 minutes. So
Okay.
that's how Sumuki and I work. Kenny and I also kind of work like
Yeah.
that as well, a little bit like that.
Okay. So, comedy has different genres, I believe, like
Yeah.
the improv or in.
Yeah.
What genre do you like?
Do I like the most?
Yes.
I like sketch. I think I like sketch comedy because there's a partner there. It's fun. You never feel alone on stage. There's a lot of give and take, and it's a lot of fun. And every show, you also have someone to back you up. And so there's a lot more going on. So it's a lot of fun if you have the right partner. And for me, writing dialogues and all comes very easily as well. And improv is like nerve-wracking till you get on stage. Once you're there, like whatever, you can't. There's nothing. You can't give yourself time to think. It's too exhilarating. Like, oh my goodness, I haven't done as much improv as the other guys, but when I do, it's like crazy. But up until that point, I'm like, am I in the right mood? But then it always works out fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any inspiration in this field that you have?
Yeah, inspiration. Well, if you say favorite comedian, I like one guy who many Indians don't know, but in the US he's pretty popular.
Okay.
His name's Brian Regan.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian Regan and Jim Gaffigan. They're clean comedians, but extremely funny. So I like to watch them and endorse their comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a time when you changed your comedy style also.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that phase a little?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I was doing comedy almost like everyone else.
Yeah.
Like whatever's funny, you speak
Yeah.
it in the style that you feel like speaking it. But I would try to keep it clean to my best ability.
Okay.
Because I knew that kids are probably watching. And
Yes.
I want to make it kind of family friendly, but then you give over to the temptation of those two really good jokes that you're like, oh. But then I came to a place in my life where I knew that there was a God and that our actions have consequences.
Yes.
And that we are real hypocrites because if I had kids, I wouldn't want to expose them to the internet because of people like me.
Yeah.
Earlier there was a censorship for television.
Yeah.
And so there was but then now there's no censorship. We're like, we want freedom. We got the freedom, but we're
Yes.
abusing the freedom.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm a hypocrite, so we got to keep it clean.
Okay.
And even then, there was one joke it'll be a very slight double meaning.
Yeah.
The temptation's like, but that's the best joke. But by the grace of God, I was able to let go of even that joke. So yeah, I decided to, because a lot of families say we want to watch something, but it's so scary nowadays to put on anything, even if it says it's family, but it's still not that.
True.
So I wanted to not betray them by promising them a family friendly, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you put it that way.
Yeah.
So if not comedy, what would you like to do? I mean, even in future or now, if not comedy, what would you have done?
If not comedy.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. And, well, The press safe answer would be, I don't know, honestly. I know, but I can't say it over here. It's like, well, basically, in a way, you can put it like this. I would really want to actually help people. Like, one time, maybe 10, 12, 10 years ago, there was a stationery shop near my house, and I went up to buy some stationery, and the auntie asked me, "What do you do?" And I said, "I studied law, but I do comedy now," because
Okay.
people are usually impressed when you say that.
Yeah.
So I say, "Yeah, I do comedy now,"
Yeah.
and usually people are impressed. But she said, "What? Why you studied law? Yeah, why are you wasting your degree?" I'm like, "No, I do comedy." She's like, "Pa, if you crack on joke, people will laugh for 10 seconds, but if you solve their case, they'll be happy for 10 years. Why are you wasting your degree?"
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, So I'm kind of there now.
Okay.
I can see this is helping people temporarily, but I can see that there's people who need real help, and there's not enough people willing to go and help them. So then I want to switch to something like that.
Something like a social activist?
Not an activist, but something on the lines of
Social
really
service.
giving your life to them,
Oh,
something like that.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the short, polite
Okay.
version of that. Yeah.
How would you define comedy in your own words?
Oh man, what is this English class? I don't know. It's too tough, dude. Getting me to think before a show. Comedy in my own words.
Yes.
C is for comedy. O is for omedy. M is for men.
Okay.
E is for everyone else also.
Okay.
D is for,
Don't ask me this question again.
yeah, don't ask me this question again. I'm saving my brain cells for the show. There's my show starting, and already she's crossed the time, guys. Nicely, she's asking me all definition and all.
Okay, last
Bye,
one.
dude, Veronica.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. That's it, huh?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Naveen. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
This is Shreya Veronica signing off.